Hello. Hi Nadine. Shiny day to you. Lab. Shiny day. You definitely didn't see me changing the size of my chat. Don't think you have because you didn't. Hi there. Shiny day. I realized I wanted it to be a little bigger on the screen, so it was actually readable. I actually have a video playing this time of ravens. It's called Video for Cats. The video I'm playing currently is by, if I can unlock my phone. Video for cats to watch birds, rooks, jackdaws, and crows extravaganza by Paul Dining. Top comment is, I don't even have a cat. I just love birds. Same. Well, I do have a cat. It's just not for the cats, it's for me. Why is my hair bad? No. I need to go to a stylist. I've just been too lazy about it. I know a good stylist, I just haven't taken the time to schedule an appointment and whatnot. Maybe that should be the next adult thing that I do. The title is I'm an adult because yesterday I went to the bank and got a credit card. I finally have a line of credit. So that's neat. I'll be able to not need to plan my expenditures 6 weeks in advance all the time. Can be a little bit more lenient about it. Your hair has been needing a haircut for the past 2 months. Yeah, mine, I definitely need to at least cut it, but I also want to style it. Because I could technically cut it myself. It's not terribly difficult. And I have one of those scissors that has little teeth. So I can like reduce the volume of it and layer it a little bit. But I want someone else to do it. You're adulting by doing a paint by number thing. That's perfectly acceptable. Counting is hard. Today we only have one thumbnail to make. Hopefully it's not going to take me 14 hours to do. Knowing me, it'll take me 10. I do have an idea for something to do if it goes a little quicker. I don't want the stream to be around 3 hours. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Minimize this. I haven't opened my notes. Get my notes ready before I change scenes. I need this video. And I need my pictures folder that once again needs to be cleaned out. I'll do that some other time. Let's get to work. I put my drawing glove on. I grabbed my drawing glove to put it on, and then I didn't. What are my notes, by the way? I opened them and never read them. Let's go to Q4. Q3, actually. I'll show you my main worm root. I'll show you some horn jelly. You're welcome to get your ass kicked. I thought this potion stood out from this. That's not a sentence. I thought this potion stood out. This one suits my refined palate. I didn't set you up for success. I need an antidote to survive. The little salute thing, the 07. I got pump and dump. Oh, pump and dump is kind of what I should use. It was heavily referenced throughout the later half of the stream. Apparently, a lot of people on the stream learned that 07 is a salute. I usually see Snaggle using it, so every time I see it, I think of Snags. There's a few like text or emote things that I end up thinking like that. The 07 always reminds me of Snags. The lurk hype emote and the finger gun emote always makes me think of Nadine. And that one goose or bird hype emote makes me think of Goose. That's a cool shirt. Some Onsta merch. Onsta decided to host her merch on Redbubble, which is definitely a choice. Shall's call is a lap. It is a very lap emote to use. Don't know if I want to highlight gameplay for this one. Maybe this. Maybe them having a nice chat and I just put the caption, I got the pump and dump. That'd be quite a thing to say on a date. What am I getting messages for? Oh, this is definitely spam. I get text messages to my phone saying we couldn't deliver your package because there's like a missing house number or something. And it's this random ass website. That is definitely not the mail company's website. Overall, this is a pretty chill game stream. So there's not a lot of crazy things going on, but it's a really fun game to watch someone play. And Jacob gets really into it when trying to maximize profit. Also, there's Julia demonstrating how to do a dead bug, the exercise. Phones don't notifying me of things. A package should arrive today. And I don't want to miss it because last 2 times I've missed the delivery of a package. They gave it to my neighbor. And I don't want that to happen again. It's such an awkward conversation. Like, I'm glad my neighbor is willing to accept the package for me, but I don't want that to be a recurring thing. I'm not even that close to them. I can barely speak to them. I'm not one for neighbor interactions. Especially because most of my neighbors are like twice my age. We don't have a lot in common. Speak to my neighbors. I I try to say hi when I see them just because, we are neighbors. So I don't want to be rude. And one of my next door neighbors has a little store where they sell bread and, things that you would need for lunch. So I go buy things from them every once in a while. But we don't have conversations per se. Most people at my mom's hometown will say hi to you even if they don't know you. If you pass by them, they say good morning or whatever, which is it's kind of cute. I appreciate the being nice to someone just because it's nice to be nice. But I'm not one to go out and speak to people under most circumstances. I'm gonna scrub through the video a bit faster now because I think the rest of this mostly repeats. Maybe get to the second ad break. See if there's any. Oh, the Big Dilly Witch. Oh, maybe I can do the Drake emote or the Drake meme with the witch. That'd be funny. You forgot about her? How could you? As if I didn't last week. I love it when Julia grabs one of the cats. Because they always have this look of, why is this happening to me? Which is very funny. I wish I could zoom in on this. I guess I can't. Oh, here we go. Oh, but I can't move around it. Damn it. I didn't want to zoom on Jacob's face. Well, it's lost now. Is there any way? Here we go. Here we go. There's the cat. There's the cat face. Lovely. I need to unwiden my thing. That's not on screen anymore. There. I should unzoom it because the zoom will jump scare me at some point. Oh, I'm lacking oxygen. All right. All right. I do like the idea of the Drake meme. So we'll go with that. I don't know how I'm gonna fit it on a. I guess I could make the background different. So it'll have to be like this. Yeah, I guess I could extract her from the scene. Potential would be so small. Decisions. And I can't do it top to bottom because that would look dumb. I guess I should start by extracting her from the image. So I can more easily figure out how I'm gonna position this. Maybe I'll have to like draw the rest of her hat. Yeah, this thumbnail is gonna take 14 hours. I don't think I can escape that. I'm gonna very loosely lasso her. Actually, let me lasso all that would be her, even with the text box. That's all I wanted. I'm gonna clean this a little bit more. I don't want to have to mask this. Maybe I should feather the edge. And then feather a mask. Oh. Yeah, let's do that. Feathering an edge sounds like an opportunity for an edging joke, but you can't get there. Interesting choice of words. You joked without meaning to joke. No mistakes, just happy accidents. I'm sure your painting will end up just fine. Like jigsaws and diamond paintings, you can't fuck that up. I guess so, I've never tried. Closest I've done to it is one of those little things where you draw lines between numbers. But that ain't the same, you ain't coloring. I should use marquee tool. I mean to add, I wanted to subtract. Then we'll add that looks okay. Alright, that's our wedge. I'll rasterize, cut, and paste. Push this to the bottom. I guess I need to lay down how I want the blocks to be. So we'll do a new pixel layer. And we'll draw our squares with a black stroke. That 10 point is way too big. Maybe 3 would be enough. Yeah. We got one square that goes all the way halfway, second square. Third and fourth. All right. So if I want this wedge to fit here, I like that general space. I could do this differently by, let me get my pencil, doing a diagonal there, and then doing a diagonal to the center, maybe not to the center, do from the center, another one there, so I can have, that one will be too small anyways. Maybe no, but then I have no space to put like text or anything. Man, design is hard. Unless I wanted to move this line like that. And then she could exist there. Let me just quickly duplicate this just to... No, but you won't understand what is connected to what. Unless I made the same background for them. Let's merge these curves. Layer, geometry, merge curves. And then I can do magic wand selection. Hello. I can't do magic wand selection? Why not? I guess because there's nothing to select. What if I rasterize it? There we go. And then we just do, no. Polygonal selection. Can you do what I want you to do, please? Thank you. Just fill it with any random color. I like a green. And then we invert our selection and we do blue. This is awful colors, but I just want to see the contrast. Move this down. Maybe. Maybe. Have this like that. These along the edge. That could work. Can't see what I'm doing. No. I don't think this layout is gonna work. Let's ditch this idea. Just ditch that one too. Maybe just her. Being all sexy and witchy. But then I will only need this with the full background. They're a little too far apart. Why is that an ellipse? Right, I need to rasterize it first. Wrong button. No. Rasterize. Should do it while I have the full image. Now we rasterize. I'm gonna copy instead of cut. Someone line up the table. Don't want it to be like right around there. Remove that. And then I could give her a speech bubble, I guess. Yeah. Could do that. We'll just have the horny witch say something that everyone will be happy with. Let's mask this. That's not a mask. So let's use the eraser. Brush. That's not the brush. That's the brush. Probably just use colors for this. We'll include bookshelf. Will this make sense? Very little. But it'll be a little bit more cohesive. I think. I hope. Let's add this portion of the table back. Should probably clone it most of the way across. Yeah. We'll remove these images that we no longer need. We'll keep that one. Remove this layer that I'm not using. Another layer. Clone brush. Current layer below. We'll just cut across. That doesn't work as well as I hoped it would. And that's kind of annoying. Or maybe I just want the line to match. Needs a little bit of tilting. Can you select the center point? I don't think I can. That's good enough. We'll clone this edge. So that this matches a bit better. No. Keep doing it wrong. Khaz, don't do it wrong challenge. Impossible. Um, how much do I care? It's fully possible. Just take some practice. No, it's impossible for me to not do something wrong. My wrist is out of place. I guess I could do some painting instead of cloning. Let's grab this gold color. So you wanted to DM me that post we were putting up Discord? I saw that. I was quite a mood. And yeah, hard brush. Why am I not using my acrylics? Is correct? No, this should be a little darker. Stop. Why is that brown? Actually, it's not brown. Why does it look brown? It's because of the light that's blasting right behind me. No, just this. Just a little saturated red, which is somewhat what a brown ends up being. We'll just put some colors there and mix them later. That looks mostly okay. What am I gonna do for the actual table? I should repaint her as well. Luckily, these models use relatively solid colors, so it's not that hard to paint over. I'm gonna assume this cuts in kind of a V shape. I don't know what this is. This little detail here, this little overflow of her hip, that's incredibly sexy. The music did stop. Why? This content is unavailable. The fuck do you mean? Next song, I guess. Did Dino die? I don't know what happened. Some songs just wouldn't play. That was weird. This side's a little lighter. We'll make some stylistic choices here. That, and we'll extend this. And I guess I'll extend this a bit past down. There's not much separation of these two. I guess I should go forward a bit. That's good enough. Actually, yeah. They should follow this line. Like so. Should follow that line. Then we draw the rest of the thigh. And that's her. Nearly undistinguishable. Some color mixing here. Some actual color mixing. All right. There's no color underneath. So I can mix a color that's not there. Now I can. Just blend it a little bit. It's not gonna be perfect. That looks really weird. I guess this shadowing should extend past a little. Why am I painting it there? What's wrong with me? I just realized what I'm doing. This should go in here. Yeah. Now we merge below. That looks awful. It's like not mixing properly. It leaves streaks. Why are you like this? It's because I don't have an actual color loaded into the brush. One day I'll understand how this works. The day might not be today though. Yeah, it just looks like a... I wish I had like a proper blending brush. This is called smooth blending acrylic. Not very smooth and not very blendy. Maybe I can make it work. Yeah, that could. Well, that could be it. Just adds a very subtle paint layers. This incision is still too harsh. Maybe I should extend the shadow a bit more. I should point the microphone towards me. I'm like talking away from the mic because I'm leaning into my painting. Welcome to Khaz Paints a Table for 20 hours. How long have I been streaming? An hour? Realistically, after I'm done with this... Oh, maybe I need less strength, actually. The rest is pretty simple. I just need one thing in every thumbnail to take me forever. It's just tradition. That's... Yeah, that's fine. That's better. We'll do a little bit of color mixing here. This Mitch. Then a slight bit here. That's perfectly okay. I need to add this shadow here. Not to this layer. Am I even painting? No, I'm mixing. Did this song play twice? It did. Give me a different song. I guess the random is random enough that I will play 2 songs in a row. Or the same song twice in a row, I should say. I never mixed this. Make it smaller. I forgot I lowered the strength like a shit ton. Okay, now this table. We gotta tackle this table. I would suggest never trying to tackle a table in real life. It can end badly. Currently here below. Oh, it's this. It's not what I wanted. You do that all the time on accident. I had a friend who would always have like random bruises because she would bump into furniture. I guess I should do the thing that I sometimes do, which is just paint it the color that I want it to be. And use the healing brush to add the texture that I want it to have. Yeah, that'll work. It's not detailed enough that it would warrant having a super complex texture over it. I just want it to be slightly woody. That's good enough. I do gotta remove. Do I really need to? You kind of overlooked this part. Probably just clone it and pretend it's part of the table. I bet that will work. I keep doing this wrong. I know what I'm supposed to do, and yet I don't do it. Why, Khaz? No, follow the line. No, follow the line. Yeah, I could just pretend it's part of the table. We'll use the healing brush to blend. The healing brush is a better blender than the blending brush. How quaint. We'll paint this the other way. I technically could clone over it, but I'm just gonna paint and heal later. We're gonna re-add this line right here. And that. Cool. back to this layer, and we'll do a little bit of cloning. Just a tiny bit of clone. That's misaligned. That's misaligned again. I should do single strokes. Make my job easier. Cool. Now that's misaligned. Neat. Now I can just. I don't know why I'm cloning it, but I could. Did my video end? Oh yeah, it was only like an hour long. I don't know what's playing now. I just auto-play another word feeding video, I guess. I'm okay with that. Can you guys even see that? Yeah, definitely can. And now I can grab this point and clone it all the way. I should have used a bigger brush. Lovesick, hello. Shiny day to you. I hope you're doing alright. When I leave my earbuds in transparency mode so I can hear if someone is calling out outside. Because my package says that it should arrive between 11:10 a.m. and 5 p.m., which is quite the window. And then I have to go downtown again so I can change the default pin on my cards. Alright, with the table fixed, we can group all of these. That's not group. And label it 2. I don't need this cutout anymore. That was 10 minutes wasted. That's fine. For how? Don't call me that. Now we add a speech bubble. Please tell me this has a speech bubble shape. It does. Technically call out. Can I do it? No. I don't want the stroke to be that color. I want it to be black. And definitely less thick. I do have this. So I want to replicate that. Can I zoom in? I can. Mostly so you guys can see. And I can do this. No. Is it window? There we go. So it doesn't have a border actually. No border. It's much rounder. And this should be on the other side. So we'll do that. And we'll move these over here. It's a little stubby. That's close enough. And then I'll make it bigger. Cover part of her. And we'll add text. Do artistic text. And just write nothing white in black. I should probably use the Times New Roman looking font that they're using. I should mark the fonts I actually use as favorites. Let's call this Dins. Is it Times New Roman? No. Or maybe. Now the P. I guess a good way of checking would be to write the same sentence and see. Now the S is definitely, I guess it's just bold. No, the apostrophe is different, so it's not Times New Roman. Well, that makes my life harder. There's definitely a website that checks what font something is. There's gotta be. There's a website for everything. Image font recognizer. Font finder by image. Upload an image. this screenshot. I want this text. I guess I could do this on camera, so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Kalanda. Not quite it, but oh, they probably want to sell me their stupid fonts. That would be the case. Yeah, I could find a similar. Let's go to my favorite website, DaFont. Because they have a neat little filter selection. Actually, let's do this on camera. Oh, why is my... Hold on, my ad blocker is not enabled. There we go. Sorry, the font. Also, why is my site in Spanish? They have a neat little filter option where I can select public domain and 100% free. So that way I know that I'm not using fonts that are that I have to purchase. And let's write my test thing. See which one is similar enough. Is this necessary? Absolutely not. Would my classic thin font do the job? Yes. Would Times New Roman work? Yes. But that's not how I do things. I know serif fonts are supposed to be more readable, but personally, I just think they look ugly. This is similar enough. Gaudi book leather. I'll take that. Let's install this font. I don't remember if Affinity can detect font changes without reloading. It can. Thank God. We'll make this a little wider so it fits. I need to fix the kerning on this. 0, let's make the line height a little shorter. I do want this to be 110%. We'll make him a little stubbier. Do I remember who likes Dr. Pepper? I know Lep likes it. I know a lot of people do, actually. But I for sure know that Lep likes Dr. Pepper. One of her favorite things to drink. What are your thoughts on it now that you've had it? Is it the best drink you've ever had? Just cracked it open? Okay. Do keep us updated. Oh, hold on. Hold that thought. There's someone at my door. My sister got it. Tastes like nothing but with an aftertaste. Alright, that's interesting. Does it taste like nothing as if it doesn't. Does it not have a flavor or does it not have a recognizable flavor? Reminds you slightly of the mouthwash thingy dentist makes you rinse with. Huh. Oh, my cat sneaked into my room. That's okay. As long as he doesn't get in my way. Because then I'll murder him. You hear me, cat? Oh. My cat is looking at the birds on the screen. Mission accomplished, I guess. Let's do a slight. You know what? All that work, I don't think it's necessary. I think this is a perfectly good thumbnail. I think this should be what I should go for. Flavor isn't non-existent, it exists. Well, given that Dr. Pepper is specifically designed to taste like nothing out in the real world, Let's go from like slight pink to a deeper red. And change it to a color. And we'll add I'm doing this with the wrong brush. Masking, small soft. Give it sort of a romantic feel. Yeah. I'm gonna go a little bit outside the edge of her shape, just to give her a subtle, not really outline, but a little bit more definition to her silhouette. It has Diet Coke levels of fizz. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I just poured a third of the glass and it's somehow overflowing. And I have to drink it thing. Okay. The main character's hands are so big. Or maybe her arms are really small. Not entirely sure. Maybe I'll have to change. No, I don't. I was gonna say maybe I have to change the color of the background because I realize a lot of elements in this image are purple. But you know what? I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be just fine. Especially with the slight rim I'm leaving around the characters. The more the purpler. Remember how I spent like an hour trying to fix the colors on the table, and then I just put a different color on top of it? It was necessary. It would have been weird anyways if I didn't have the colors proper. Just funny that I needed to do all of that work so I could cover it properly. Let me get my reference back here. Can I change the weight of this without changing much more of it? Not really. I can give it an outline. To make it a little thicker. Without having to change much of it. Do round caps and the bevel join. That'll do. That'll do. Now we add the number. Oh, I need to choose a color scheme for this, don't I? Oceanomics. The logo uses a lot of gold. So I guess I'll choose this gold and this gold. Let's do it here before I duplicate it, because I'll have to do it for the text as well, or for episode 1 as well. Where's my... I need the lighter. Nope. I need the lighter color again. Should I use the green? Should I use the wood color? Probably the wood color will be better. And the fill on this should be a gradient. From this lighter color. That's the wood. From this lighter color to this darker one. And the gradient, can I change? Make it radial. I change the way the gradient is applied to this. I don't know. No. I want it to be top to bottom. If I do a gradient overlays. Oh, that works. Okay. We can do that. This will give me more control. So I said from the lighter color to the darker color. Let's make it linear. And I accidentally moved this whole thing. We'll make the really move closer to where I'm working. Maybe green for the outline. That's good. That is good enough. And the stroke on this, use the same green. That looks awful. Let's use the lighter gold. I wish I knew color theory. That's not light enough. Maybe we use this kind of silver purple. Sure. Subtle. I like it. Alright, so now we duplicate this, paste it over here. Colors are fake, but also real. Colors are fucked up. We'll never know if we are actually talking about the same color or we just call it the same. That's one of the craziest things about colors in general in human perception. I don't want to export it as an SVG. That was for my website testing. Because one of the crazier things about, one of the crazier things about color is that their contrast is dependent, or how good they look. It's dependent on the colors around it. So it's all about ratios. It doesn't have to do with the color itself. It's how one color relates to another. It's just the same as music theory. Or, musical notation. Things sound good in relationship to each other. So, yeah. What am I doing? Exporting. Potionomics. I do have a folder for this, don't I? Of course I do, because I thought ahead of time. So that's 2, and 1 needs a number as well, which I'm actually gonna put on the type on the top corner. Or does it go in the? No, it just goes in the bottom corner. Who cares? Who cares? I don't have to be like super picky about it. You're gonna remain unnumbered. I do care. I do like having numbers be in different spots, but realistically, I need to put the eye on this one. Realistically, the eye just goes where, or not the eye, the number goes wherever there's space left. So I guess in this thumbnail, it could go up here. That's not really what I wanted. I don't remember what's my guide for this. I think that is it. Sort of. Oh, that has to line up with that. There we go. Now this goes over here. Is that correct? That is correct. Yeah. Because the center of the triangle lines with the corner of the image. And I need to put this eye somewhere. Bonbon, hello. I'm sorry about your tummy ache. I guess if I wanted, I could have the SSSI. I have an extra S there. I guess I don't need to pay attention to my phone anymore. The healing music is helping. I'm glad. And have it behind here. Maybe lower the opacity a bit. Yeah, that works. So we export this one again. Is the audio a bit wonky today, or is it just headphones? I don't know. Maybe it's the song. Describe wonky. If you dare. We got another hour to go, so we'll move to something I wanted to do for the fuck of it. The song seems clear, but my voice is a little fuzzy. Maybe my mic is just too hot today. I can lower it a bit so it's not as bumpy, I guess. I do have it EQ'd a bit different. I guess I could also. Where are you? Audio, mic, filters. Have this like a little lower. Might just be you. No. There's definitely a chance that things sound different because um I have changed things. Let's move this over here. Hopefully my computer doesn't hate me for this, but I'm gonna try to build some stinkers. So what that means is hold on. Is this real life or is it just a fantasy? It's just a fantasy. Okay. For those who don't know what stingers are, when you transition between one thing and another in a live program like this. So my current transition is just a fade out. You can use what's called a stinger, which is basically a video that overlays so that it obscures the transitioning of two things. Batman screen thingy, yes, exactly that. So I want to create some quick ones to see if it adds anything to the stream or not. I just want to learn how to make them, basically. I do need this to be just one screen. Let's turn off that. We'll create a new timeline called Stinger. You love the incredibly cheesy Star Wars transitions? Those were, well, by today's standards, those are like the most basic transitions you can have. They are a a default transition on most programs, but back in like 1990 something, they weren't particularly easy to do. For this, I will need Fusion Comp, and we'll make it a second long, so that is 60 frames. We'll go into Fusion. Now, I kinda know... I know how to do it the brute force way. So, if I select background and I put it in here, I can make it any color I want. So we'll make it, I don't know, this lilac. I used to use them in PowerPoint presentations. I have a love-hate relationship with PowerPoint transitions because most of the people I knew overdid it with the transitions. They just made them unnecessarily flashy. And I think the problem was that a lot of people misunderstand how to use or what's the point of the presentation they're trying to make. Because when you are um, presenting, you either make the presentation the center of your speech, talk, whatever you want to call it, or you make yourself the center of the presentation. So because they didn't know what they were talking about, because none of the presentations that I ever saw in high school or in university, people knew what they were talking about. So they would make the presentation flashier to make up for it. But for when you're trying to present something in class, you are the center of attention and you should be the flashier part of your presentation. So it just looked cheesy because and a lot of people also made the mistake of having the same text that they were saying on the presentation because they just basically made a script for themselves. So then I would be left wondering, well, what's the point of you talking to me if I can just read the presentation? I'll usually just have like bullet points online, visual aid, images, things like that. But I'm also very good at just talking shit and faking confidence, as you can tell. So, I had less of a problem with that kind of thing. Anyways, back to stingers. Let's do a polygon. Polygon goes into the mask node. This will look very foreign to a lot of you because effects on DaVinci Resolve are node based as opposed to After Effects, which is timeline based. Always heard you. Your presentation is either had a short form of important points, but more often it would be a visual aid like a chart or something. Yeah. The audio was 100% on your end, is connected to your phone instead, and its grip sounded wonderful. In less good news, one of your earbuds is dead. Oh no. Well, I'm glad my audio is not bass boosted. That would be less than ideal. Oh, I forgot that there's. Yeah. What is being. Oh, yeah, shape animation. Let's do this instead. Add a polygon at the start here. Should I use shape animation as the way I modify this? Probably not. That'd be a terrible idea. Does this allow me to change X and Y points? No. Get out of here, spline. So we'll just make the shape be like right there. Let's give it... Actually, I guess this shouldn't be a triangle. This should be a rhomboid. No, what is this called? The slanted rectangle. I know it has a name. I just don't know what it is. Because when I add my transform, why is everything over here? When I add transform node, the transform fucks with. I guess I can add transform after it. So polygon to background, background to transform, transform to media out. Here we go. Parallelogram. Don't know how many L's that word has and where they should be. Parallelogram sounds correct. I guess I can Google it. Parallelogram. Oh, you're correct. It is. It is that. And this one has a happy face. And you actually got you even got the spelling right. You nerd. You know how to spell parallelogram? What a fucking dork. But this only transforms the viewport. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna have to transform my polygon instead. Is this where the center point is? It is. So now I gotta decide how I'm gonna do this. Let's set a keyframe for the center point, and let's set a keyframe for midway point. So this would move. Oh, the shape changes shapes because I did that. Yeah, you're into STEM. I knew there was something weird about you. You know how to spell shapes. So ideally I want this to move all the way out. Sort of like that. Sadly, I got ahead of myself. And this should be the latter half of this, but we can fix that with this by moving our keyframes from 0 to 30 to 30 to 60. Same with displacement. So now the shape is just kind of there. And it moves out of the way. Oh, I forgot this cut's at 59 and not at 60. So Both of you need to move a frame back. No. Come on. No. No. There we go. Just re-Google the thing you mentioned from your thesis because you started doubting yourself. You see what happened? Just accept it as truth. Seen when you keep Googling horse therapy instead of therapy. Horse therapy is just a better word. It's a lot more fun. Okay, we have this shape in here. So now we have to make it come into place. So since we already have the center defined, we could have it rotate so that this is parallel to that. Actually, I should have a rotation keyframe set for all these. Then we move it out. How does that look? That looks derpy. It's stale. It moves weirder than it should. So we'll go back to our splines. And we'll do one of my favorite things, which is to add an S-curve. So we take our Z rotation, get all these out of the way. They say that about you all the time. So stale, can move normal. Hey, no self-deppy. I'll fight you. Let's make it not an S-curve actually. We'll just give it a regular curve. I'll take back the stale but not the movement. Fair enough. I accept that compromise. Maybe the other way? We'll experiment with this and see where we land for a little bit. I guess I'm rotating on the wrong center axis. I want this to be the axis of my rotation. But I don't know if I can change that. I guess I would have to go back and make sure that let's go with what I wanted to do in the first place and give it an S-curve. And I guess I have to give the displacement the same kind of curvature. See what that does for me. Almost moves the way I wanted to, but not quite. I also need to give this movement a hell of a curve so it rests for most of it before shooting away. That kind of works. Except I made it a little jiggly. Not here for the jiggle. Can you select the point, please? I accidentally added one that didn't need to be there. I guess I can modify this curve by adding a point where I think it's appropriate. Yum, yum. That looks a little better. The rotation into place is still a little funky. But everything else seems fine. Clubfucker 5000. Hold on, I need some backstory here. What and or who is Clubfucker? You can't just drop that sentence into my stream and not explain it. The Tumblr horse therapy. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Are you actually racing horses? Or are you just naming a horse? What's happening? This is all the context you got too. So, Tumblr decided to host was a poll on Tumblr. Alright. Go on. So was the poll to select the name or was the poll to select the winner? Was the poll a made up race? The timing of the elevator music is killing you. That's the music of me trying to process what's going on. Most voters was the winner of the race. Okay. Now I understand. So Tumblr was having a fake derpy race. Or as Bonbon likes to call it, a fake derpy race. In Clubfucker 5001. Alright. Vote for your favorite horse to make them go faster. Imagine if Imagine if derbies actually work like this. Tumblr gave you balls and the site immediately went insane. As if Tumblr wasn't insane to begin with. Insaner. Tag started trending with only one post. Well, that's some engagement right there. Anyways, what was I doing? I got distracted by a fake derby race. I guess I need... Nope. You guys can't hear that. Hold on. You got anything to say to the audience, Cat? You know, you're not a frequent flyer on this plane, but any cat that decides to yell at my door has to pay the camera price. So welcome. Those are some big claws. Yeah, this is a big cat with big claws. You gotta pay the dirt. No, you decided to come here. You don't get to escape. Anything you gotta say to the audience? Cat belly. Yes, all of my cats are. Well, actually, only the two male cats are this. You have enough? You want to leave now? I'll see if he wants to leave. My hair is looking very feline shaped. Sometimes it does that. And that's all he wrote. He just wanted to see if there was anyone in here, I guess. Let's see if I can get this rotation to work and we'll move on from there. Why are you not movable? What is this point? It bounces. Because of this point. Remove that one. That kind of works. No, it doesn't. This will be a lot easier. Let me undo all that. This will be a lot easier if I could change my rotation point to be here. Can I make this the anchor point? Hold on. Change anchor point shape. Solution. Why isn't blue tag blue? Is it not? I'm pretty sure blue tag is blue. Yes, I have to use transform. But if I use transform, then my shape is transformed into something I do not want. Is there something I can do like a mask transform? No. I'm curious, is blue. I guess whatever flavor of blue tack you got is not blue because it's supposed to be. Yes, flavor. Should I add transform? No. I guess I can't transform a background. Should I do this on a merge? We'll add a merge node in here. Do this here. Why is this polygon not affecting the merge? What's happening? I guess it only applies over the foreground. I see. So we'll make our background transparent. Can I even do that? Yes. We'll make our background transparent. And we'll add a color generator to the foreground. And we'll change the merge type to be over. But if the background is transparent, then the foreground can't show because the background is transparent. background dictates whether or not you can see things. Am I not understanding the concept of all of this? I feel like I'm going insane. Oh, here we go. And I can make that transparent. But that doesn't really... If I have transform here... Does that work? It does work. Okay. So I can reset my polygon and make it this parallelogram again. Make it not suck. That would be ideal. When I get some museum dots, you can commit to placing stickers or even using tape to display them in picture frames. What I used to do for a while, before I changed my phone case, was I had a transparent phone case. So what I would do is I would have the stickers with their protective thing still on in between the backing of the phone and the case, so that I could have them on display without actually sticking them to anything. I imagine you could do something similar with laptops. You did that too, but now you have a wallet on your phone? Yeah, well, sort of similar. Mine has like a card slot that I could use. So technically I can have my card there and be it, I use it for contactless payments. Although my phone has like contactless payment functionality on its own, but sometimes it doesn't work. I stopped using my watch for contactless pays because you will either not get recognized or crash machines. So I decided it wasn't worth it. So I have a big fish bumper sticker on your clear iPad case. Oh, Twitch added a dino dance? I imagine that's for the most recent TwitchCon. I fully did not follow TwitchCon this year. Did not care enough. Okay, so now I have this. Wait, now I'm a little confused. Because this polygon is doing the thing. I can make this black so I can tell the difference. Okay, that works. But it's still transparent. Yeah, it would still make the whole thing transparent. And just make it green. We'll make it green for now. I haven't been able to follow anything this year. Not enough brain cells. Yeah, I feel that. I've been like more and more out of the loop because I just don't want to be in a loop. I'm tired of being in loops. I want to move on. Do you know that they were pretty terrible organization wise? I know that there were a lot of people concerned about what was happening because I think they were holding it in France. France! And some people didn't feel safe going to France, but they wouldn't let them like cancel their things. And since Twitch wouldn't acknowledge canceling like parts of the event, then they wouldn't be able to cancel like hotel reservations and plane tickets. So people lost a ton of money because of it. Classic Twitch. Twitch try not to be bad. Challenge impossible. Ah, this is what I wanted. All right. So we can do frame 30 angle 0, frame 0 angle 80. No. 9. No. 60. 62. That works. You made a big mistake with an order yesterday and they were nice enough to give you your money. You sent your order to pick up in store, not realizing it was a city in a different country with the same name as a city close to you. Oh no. I mean, realistically, the store didn't lose anything, so. Unless they wanted to be massive buttholes about it. It was just a matter of like canceling the order. If they had like sent it somewhere and you're like, actually, I didn't mean it. Then it becomes a bit more of a problem. All right, so we have this transformation. Let's see if I can make this spline work. I don't need the polygon at all. We do this, and we do, whoops, and we do this. Kind of wanted to ramp up. Maybe even, whoops. Maybe I do want it to be a little bouncy. That's not what I meant. No, I'm making it, well, actually, if I make my polygon a little bigger, but I made the same mistake again. If I make my polygon extend, bit further. Cool. So now I take this transform and we keyframe the center. And then we go to frame 59 and you say, Nyam. Get out of the way. Nyam. It's a little hard to see because it's looping. We don't need the angle anymore. Just need the center path. And we give it nice little S curve. See how that looks. Hey, that's not too bad. And then at the end of this, we add a motion blur, large from previous frame. Is that even doing anything? Oh, now it's rendering it. There's an event this weekend where artists are coming together to do haircuts and tattoos to raise money for local mental health service, and you're tempted. Say no to tattoos because you don't want to impulsively get something that you'll have forever. But oh, the flash sheets have you thinking differently. Probably just end up donating or getting a trim because your hair could use it, but the flash sheets do have some need small pieces. Yeah, if they do the event again, you could like have it a thing and get it next time. So now we need what if I had a shadow? Drop shadow. I don't know where the shadow is. Where's my shadow? Oh, I guess it can have a drop shadow because it's one whole thing. Hmm. Could I? What if I remove this? Probably needs a background. It can be a transparent background. Why is the background? I don't understand how this video is